Not everything that glitter is gold. And the same applies to those and the shadows that use the same artifices to fool the idiots here on earth. And I'm talking about those people who represent the aliens here and have channeled the so-called the self-appointed light workers who follows aliens blindly. They are no different than the fanatic religions fanatics zealous, because if a religion does not work, they will try the new age. Cameron Day one time said that if a religion doesn't work, the new age will do to better fool and mislead the heads in here. And those light workers, they are just that. They are heads that follows orders from AI, yeah, artificial intelligence sent forth by aliens. There's a channel here who represents two aliens who talk about against the politicians and religions, but what they don't see is that aliens also controls religions, institutions, and control politics, and control just about anything that is. They talk bad, they criticize religions. However, they turn around and then they talk about the book of life. What's the book of life? The book of life is what in certain Abrahamic Middle Eastern Semite religions they talk about the two angels that is appointed, which for me is nothing but an artificial intelligence, also called the archangels, not the archangels, but archangels. Okay, so in some Abrahamic religions, in Islam, to tell the truth, because I don't know how to keep quiet, I'm sincere. They have an angel on the right side and on the left side. The one in the right records all the good deeds that mankind does. I'm not sure what's the name, Rizwan, I don't know. I forgot. I don't know that this angel or artificial intelligence or archangel, he records the good deed that you do, and the one in the left, the bad deeds. That one's called also I don't know. I know that the angel Malik is something like that dog, that like a werewolf who lives in hell, who controls the people. What his name is? Horus? No, not Horus. Is Anubis. Anubis. This is a one angel who also records the bad deeds of men. Okay, and when ones die, they will do everything possible to outweigh your bad deeds against the good deeds, so as to have a better chances and a better excuse to justify judging you and send you back for reincarnation and suffering again. So what I'm trying to say is that this particular channel, the one I exposed previously, he talks about against religion, and at the same time the alien slowly expose themselves by saying that the book of life the book of life is the record from which they record our bad and good deeds. Okay, that's called the book of life, and that's exactly what religion and New Age is all about. It's about fooling people. And he said more that the Akashic record is given for by a master, master, when in reality the Akashic record is found about all over our meridians, is already imbued in our cells. You do not have to rely on third parties to come and pass to you all this information. It's already there. All you have to do is to tap into it. Okay, you gotta tap into all this knowledge that came with you when you were born. Those are your blueprint. It's all the Akashic information of the multiverse about who you are, about other things, history, about the earth, is all within you. But the aliens trying to keep it hostage, try to hide it from you, because they want to claim everything. They don't want to give you your sovereign rights to own that abilities to tap into your own Akashic records. They want to hold everything for themselves. They are that greedy, they are that malicious and treacherous. Even they are treacherous. They just cannot be trusted, because even to they can do anything. They can even incriminate themselves if they want to make a point to lead you astray. Okay, to mislead you and lead you astray. Even by saying that they are against religions, when were they themselves the author of all the organized religion institution creation. And then they talk about beings being like, you know, um, made of pure photonic lights. They talk about masters who come and passes you information, and that every one of us has a guide and a master to pass us information. When and that those masters has nobody. I mean, literally speaking, nobody. That means he has no physical body. But in reality, all of us are made of photonic light after death. Okay? All of us do and can be transformed into a photonic light after the death of our body. So it's no big deal. It's not only they who are able to become a photonic light. They do it by wash out chromosomes. Once they wash up their chromosomes, they glitter like gold or light, and then they see themselves as the big kids on the block and the gods, etc. However, we too are able to become all this after death if we are not hijacked. But once you are hijacked and you go out of your body without knowing who you are and who they are, then you will be trapped. And there's no point in get out of organized religion system and get into new age, because it's just like you jump from the hot pan, straight into boiling water. Okay, there's no point. No point. It come back to square one. Okay? So there is a person there who calls me an idiot for believing in the existing sea of aliens. And this person is a religionist, maybe a Muslim. However, I have seen this old man praising those channels that talks about aliens in a good manner. They portray them in a good light. I saw this old man praising them, and he's a religionist, and he dares to come and call me an idiot for believing the existence of aliens, as if belief and worship were the same thing. One can believe in everything there is. However, what is gonna define you is whether you're gonna worship them or not. For belief and worship are two distinguished aspects of doing. Okay? It's not the same thing. You can believe everything but worship nothing. And you can choose not to believe in everything, but you can worship something. See the dynamics. So, Dulce, who appears as an angel, all these blonde hair, blue-eyed, those are not humans. Those are IA those are artificial intelligence. They are called Archon angels. Archon, not Arch. Archo. Archons angels. And they are programs, yeah. They are programs to come and passing information to the mass. Okay? They are not humans. They are lights. They are energy. And so we are. So are we. Let's see. You define yourself by your body, and you're not your body. The body is what you have, but what you are is pure light. And after you die, then you will see. Okay? So this is not just an attribute, it's not just a privilege for the aliens. For all creatures are an image of the source. They are of pure light, be it an animal, a vegetal, and a human, or an alien. They are all light. However, the difference between us and aliens is that the aliens already could manage it to shape shift, and we don't. The aliens are able to transform themselves in anything they imagine, and we don't. That's the only difference between us, because we, this power were taken away from us, these abilities, on purpose, to better enslave the mass. And the problem is not that they are doing that. It's the problem that many here are living a trance. They have chosen this path to live in a trance, and choose not to wake up. And when they do wake up, it's through yet another form of blind blind beliefs, blind devotions, that there are masters outside of them, that there are angels outside of you, that there's devils outside of you, there's the gods outside of you. There is an infinite source. Yeah, there are. But it's nothing that you can imagine it is. It has no definition per se. It's anything that you can imagine, okay? It's not an alien. It's not a human. It's not an animal. It's not a not minerals, not vegetation. Although it can transform in anything it wants to. And I know that sometimes I'm talking here like an idiot. I feel myself like an idiot because I know nobody will listen. But at least it's there. The information is there. It's just like when you are sick. You take your herbal tea or not. If somebody comes to give you the herbal tea and you refuse, it's up to you, but it's there on the table, wait for you to sip and try it out. And around 2013 to 2014, Asita Sharon um, passed for a message saying that either the government comply to what they request from them, or humankind would suffer and the earth will suffer. And here what we have right now, a lot of devastating floods and earthquake, economic problem, pandemics, etc. And they have so far um, they have fulfilled their treated their treaty. I believe this Ashtasharam is nothing but Lucifer himself, and also um, those, those aeroplanes that were not found, one aeroplane from Malaysia in 2014. Yes, it was the aliens doing who did that. All the explosions that is happening, that happened in Lebanon and in Lee and many other places in Brazil, in Minas Gerais, Brazil, is is all alien doings. But nobody discloses it. Nobody bat an eyelid to it. To all the atrocities on it, nobody bats an eyelid, and everybody chooses instead to blame one another. And then that's what I found the most ridiculous and stupid of all this, all these shenanigans. You see, is that looks like that there's a lot of aliens minions here on Earth. If not their own seeds, who chooses to blame one another, then blame aliens for all the evil doing here. I know that humans too are not angels themselves. They are not saints. But I also know that aliens can be more malicious and treacherous than human. And I know enough that all the chaos that you have been throughout the eons on this planet were nothing but aliens' doings, or the aliens' deeds. Okay? And if we humans are to blame, it's because they are stupid not to do anything about it, and are going against it all this, even at the point of our extinction. Because when you do not make a stand, you comply, you become accomplice to a wrongdoing. Am I right? So, if there is a thing called evolution, it would be to wake up to what is happening around us, and not to the fact that they want us to wake up. And when they talk about evolution, they want us to let go of this body, to give up the earth altogether, and they will totally infiltrate in and change this this current body that we have. This is what they call evolution. It's for us to let go of this body. Do you understand? They want to create a bioman that is half human, half android machine. And when they talk about evolution, is to wanting you to believe that you are not this body, not this body, which is true, but it's no point to forget this body and then incorporate in another, embodied in another kind of body. There's no point. Do you understand? It comes back to square one. They want us to wake up to see what politics are all about, geopolitics and our economy and our senshi. Of course, everybody knows that we are not this body, we are spirit, because everybody dies, and we see it through the deed. But what they don't teach you is the fact that what aliens are all about. They don't say who they are. Why? Because they are hypocrite. They are full of ego. Their ego is bigger than them. They are immense. They can be transform themselves in a mighty, large beast, the size of our 2 planets altogether. However, what they don't see is that their ego is bigger than the bad that they sometimes incorporate. See? By not disclose who they really are in reality, they hide that. They just tell you what they want you to know, and not all there is to know. And the humans comply to all this. You're supposed to go back with them, take a ride on their spacecraft, and get out of this earth with them to where you all come from. Why don't you go back with them? Why stay on earth? You like to pull string for them, don't you? So go back with them. Go away. You all don't seem to like the earth, because whoever doesn't like this earth do not support who wants to destroy her, be it humans or no humans. Am I right? If you say that you love the planet, you do not want anything bad done towards it, don't you? And if you support who does, then you are one of them. You are no better than those who tries to destroy the earth. The aliens does that, and all the greed is one who works for aliens. Okay? So there we go. It's very hard to find someone who talks differently here, because all those messages passing up is all the same thing, is all the same program. We don't see nothing different. Oh, because Aunt Michael. Oh, because Aunt Jermaine. Oh, because Ashta Sharon is here to help us. They will help us. Oh, because aliens will help us. Hello, wake up. Nobody is gonna help you from yourself. Nobody. You yourself need to start doing that. You should help yourself. No aliens will do that. They're not here to help. They are here for their own self-serving agenda. Why take so long to come and disclose all this? Huh? Why wait for too long to disclose all this? Why they haven't disclosed it a long time ago? And I don't want to know about this. Oh, because there's one's not time. You must understand that there's time for everything. You must understand that our time is not the same as yours. I don't want to know that. Why they can jump timelines? They can do a quantum leap in time and do that. Why wait at the right time to disclose all this and I leave everybody in the dark up to now? And all disclose when they are about to finish all this timeline and plan to create another timeline, another reality, etc. Why? So there's so many things that many of us still don't know, of which is still in the dark. The problem for humanity is not they are not evolved in they are not evolved, but that they don't even know what evolution is all about. Evolution is not just transformed from metamorphosis from one cocoon to a butterfly, but it's much more than that. It's to look for the truth, search for it, and don't just trust anything that you see. That's all the commonplace, all the same thing. You see that the information are all about the same. They can have 10, 20, 50, hundreds, thousand light workers, but all says exactly the same thing, just like a program. All programmed to say just about the same thing. We don't see nobody say something different, something more like radical, something that really shake the foundations. We don't see that because it's all a program for you to see and hear only that which they want you to hear and see, and not all that is there. And there is more to it than meet the eyes, of which human don't want to wake up and know. There's no point in say, hey, if you don't do this and that, you will go back to square one. You will go back to the matrix, to the same 3D matrix. You're going to stay back in the matrix. You're not going to graduate. You'll stay back in class. There is no point in knowing that. For what you want to graduate? Graduate for what? To become an AI? I would rather stay in the matrix. I would rather stay in the 3D matrix than be an idiot enough and change this body and make the S, transform the S for the worse. If the prime creator create this body, I mean the infinite source, that energy did nothing wrong. It knew what it was doing. It was not by mistake. If an alien came and somehow manipulated our chromosomes and DNA, that's another different story. However, nothing is by mistake. If the infinite source created this body, it made no mistake at all. So why you want to become a AI for? Why you want to become a bioman? Because you are android already right now. Because many people here work as a droid and act as a droid. And adulce em apérix one, the one who has no empathy for the sufferings of others. Especially so the animals. So we see, all the messages that is passing is all about, oh, you must not stay back, you must graduate. Look like you think that aliens really care them. They care them about how you look like. They care them to improve you. No, they don't. What they care about themselves. When one wins the elections of control upon a planet, they want to change everything. They want to reform for good or bad. They don't care about how you look right now. What they care is their own plans, about their own agendas. They follow. So that they are not caring about humanity at all. Whether you suffer or not, they are not caring. What they are caring about is their agenda of forming another creation and play God in the process. Okay? So evolution, a man evolves when they know who they are and accepts what they are, and find this God inside of you and not outside of you. A man evolves when they fight for their rights and sovereignty and do not accept rules from outside themselves. A man evolves when they think outside the box and not within the context of what they were told to accept and follow. Still, there's more to learn, there's more to find out. There is many things involved in all this. Humans, people in human body, and no humans. And I'm ready to repeat class, no problem, aliens. I'm ready. Send me to the lions, and I return leading the pack. This world was not to be a center for learning, however, a center to become a center of place into practice what we already knew through theories. Okay? It was not to be a center for learning. That's nonsense. That's an oxymoron idea to think this way. We are not here to learn anything that we already know. And if we do, we are not learn, but we are remembering what we already know all while and came here to remember by placing all into practices. Therefore, this was not to be a center for learning, but of recreation. Yeah, recreation with the all, the primary source of everything there is, from which I work for.